Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Darcy and I've just decided that I have enough pages that I really want to make one more cover for fall, even though, you know, fall feels halfway over. I know we're only 1/3 of the way in, but it feels like more. So I've decided, I don't know what it's called. No, I don't. I want this though. And that. Okay, I think. Do I want that? Maybe. Do I want this? I definitely want this. Maybe a little bit of this. Maybe a little bit. This is shinier though. I don't really like that as much for what I'm doing. Let's see. Oh, all right. Yeah, I went ahead and, oh my goodness. You can see some of my cuttings from the last journal I just put together. Oh, hold on to that. I went ahead and did that one on camera, the red one with the blue bird on the front. Because I just, sometimes I can't focus, and sometimes all I need is to just do it on camera and it forces me to do it. I don't know if that's weird, if other people are the same way. I mean, I know some people are like totally terrified of a camera. So I'm going to make a cover. It's going to include some collage because, as we know, I need to practice some collage anyway. So I want to grab some music paper and some book papers and maybe some dyed papers. Which color dyed papers do I want? And obviously I have not planned ahead on this. That's cardstock. That's too heavy for that. It would work for an inside page. So I just cut down a file folder, and it's a weird size. It's where's the inches? Inches? That's inches. So it is, yes, this is one of those dome. It's about 6 inches by 8 1/4. Is that right? So I am gonna have to definitely cut down some pages. That's okay. That's all right. I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is not being able to figure out what I want to use. Just that little piece. You'll see why in a bit, why I want some clean papers as well. I wouldn't mind some, wish I had the right color blue to go kind of with that blue. That's just going to have to be my blue. Don't really have pink or orange. Yeah, I've got some of that's cardstock, some of that's whatever paper. I think I'm going to use some of this. And then I'm going to do some decoupage over it. So let's see, I've got some book pages that I can go ahead and use. I'm gonna kind of practice what I'm gonna say tomorrow about collage. I watched a lady, Charlotte Peterson was her name, I believe, and she used the analogy of, sorry, I want to get a piece of, oh my goodness, I want to get some of, seriously, you could use a piece of fabric or you could use a piece of Tyvek for this. I just want to get a piece of, that should be big enough, Tyvek to reinforce the spine is what I'm trying to do. You could also use a piece of fabric, although with the, let's take that there. With the collage, that may be enough of a reinforcement on its own. But I am going to just put some Tyvek on the outside here. And let's make sure that we are in screen, so we're not doing this half off the screen like the other day. I hate when that happens. It just, I just get so focused and I forget is the problem. And oh, I probably you can definitely use a Fabri-Tac for this, and normally I probably would, but I didn't. I just started using my art glitter glue. This is longer than I need. I'll cut it off when I get to the top there. Alright, so I'm just gonna stick that on there and cut off this end bit. Actually, now that I've done that, I want to come back. Now I'm going to have to re-glue it. I actually want to go over the edge a little bit because I think I'm going to make this a flow journal. I just decided. And that will help keep the elastic from tearing down into the file folder. So between that and the collage, I should be able to just do the string right around the outside there. Maybe I don't need that, but if I'm going to put it in my shop, I want to have it. So this is going to be a mixed media. Well, I guess the other ones, the fabric napkin ones, the fabric paper ones were mixed media as well. Now the important thing with the spine here, I probably should have let that dry first, is you don't want any of the papers to be just over a little bit because they're going to pull up. So you want your papers to go over a goodly amount. My eyeball. So I'm going to go ahead and do some papers right across there. They may end up getting covered, but doesn't matter. So I'm going to come over like that. And I'm going to be doing some of the ink like I did in my art journal page in one of my recent videos. And then I'm also going to come back and do some decoupage with these leaves. It's going to be fun. It's going to be such fun. So I'm sticking more with these, you know, the blue, orange, browns like I did with that. All right, so back to Charlotte Peterson. Her analogy, whoops, was bedding, basically, in that your base paper is your mattress, and then your first layer is your sheets, which would be your neutral papers. Now, personally, my sheets and then the next layer would be blankets, would be like your colorful papers for her. But my sheets and my blankets, they like to get crumpled up together before I put on the bedspread. So like any, if you had some focal points or papers that had like roses on them or something, those would be like part of your bedspread, so to speak. And then on top of that, I guess you could do, let's see, what was I thinking of shams? Like, the decoupage would be like a duvet cover, right? And you don't have to have a duvet cover, right? Or the shams or pillows, throw pillows might be like your lace and your bling and your stenciling. That would be like the shams, and like, you know, little bits that you put on the very top would be like your throw pillows. So that was, she only went up to the bedspread. I was like, you know, we could go higher with that. There's no right way or wrong way, and it's gonna all get covered anyway, so why am I stressing? So I'm starting with neutral papers and my just, you know, color papers. And I guess mine's going to have a duvet cover on it instead of a, you know, with the decoupage. I had one strip, just one. So I was, oh yeah, see, like, this is gonna be my inside cover, my signature cover. I had a piece of it though. I don't need all that. Oh, here it is. If it's upside down, it becomes invisible. So this I would put on top of everything. I might even put it on top of the leaves and everything. So this would be like a bedspread or even a throw pillow for that matter if I'm doing it above everything. And you don't have to have a tear ruler. You can just fold it and tear it. You could just use a ruler. See, you get a nice tear when you do that. It's a little faster with a tear ruler maybe, or just you could even just use a regular ruler. So I just like, not that I'm tearing straight in any way. And you can use glue stick to glue these on, or tacky glue. I'm not even sure why I'm using my art glitter. I guess because it was out. It's probably the main reason that I'm using it. That's it. And I'm using nice big pieces. And you can have straight edges and you can have torn edges. There's no right or wrong. It's just whatever you like. That's the important bit. The important bit is that you like it. And I don't know that I'm going to cover the inside, but I may put in some pockets, which means I can probably go ahead and go over if I want to, if I end up putting a pocket on the side. But, you know, whatever I put on the inside becomes stability, so it's fine. If I do anything on the inside, it'll just be some plain paper, most likely. All right, now let's do some of this pretty blue, and I still need some more. This is what I'm going for with my, I can even use some of these actually. Which would mean I might not even have to do my I want to, I don't know why, it feels like it has a way it wants to go, but I don't. Oh, and also you don't really want to line your bits up. You want to, kind of like a brick and mortar, you want to stagger them. If you just line pieces up like this, and then you line, it's just not going to look right. So you definitely want to stagger pieces. And even though I say you don't have to do something, some people have a preference and they still want to. Like, I want to use my tear ruler. I just like the look. I don't have to do it that way. I want to, and I can. Today. Tomorrow I might not, because I want to try to show people how to do it. I want to help newbies know that they can do it and not have to have all the things. Is basically. But I'm not doing that today. Today I'm making a cover to sell, so I want it to be good. Love this. Okay. And you see how I did like a few of the green? That's what you want to do with your papers, especially if you're doing a big piece that's gonna all be, you want it to be cohesive, so you want to definitely, which way did that, oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Good, there is no up or down. Since this is a nice big piece, I'm going to put it in the middle so that it comes way over like that. And yeah, I mean, it sounds like a tutorial, but I really don't know what I just do stuff and try stuff, and that's it. I don't, it's all just me experimenting and trying things, and I'm not perfect. You do know no one's perfect, right? And no one has all the answers for all the things. I hope you know that. I mean, if you don't, other people don't either. Do you ever feel like some people out there, you know, get annoyed when you don't know all the things? Oh, let's see, that all goes over a little bit. These bits I'll probably cut off though. May or may not cover that bit, we'll see. So the only problem I have with the papers coming over, which they can, you don't have to cut them off, that's a personal choice. But the only problem I have with it is it's just going to catch on stuff and possibly tear it and whatnot, so. See, I have a piece of this down here. I'm going to put a piece up here, even though... Are they both green? They might both be green. Huh. Who knew? See, and I'm covering up some of that, but that's okay. It's okay to cover some up. And this one, I'm just leaving straight on two sides. That's okay. You can do that. There's no right or wrong. There's really no rules. I mean, once you learn the basics... And you also want to start with bigger pieces. I mean, unless you like, you know, to spend an hour and a half putting tiny pieces all over, which some people do. Some people, they like that. That's good. They can do it. Personally, not a fan. All right. Actually, oh, that's the side I want to do down here. Actually, it might go up on the side. Actually, can I say actually a few more times? I'll do this. I like the little ripped it out of the book, just like that. And words can go upside down. They can go upside right. There's no right or wrong. Okay, we'll use some of this. I want more of the orangey bits, I think. Oh my goodness. Why is there thread right there? That's dumb. No, it's easier. It might be a little easier to tear if you move the stuff that's underneath it. I love this rusty, grungy paper. I haven't really done a grungy fall journal, have I? I enjoy the grunge. Okay, that piece got some glue or something on it, which is fine. Why is that? What? No, we're not going to worry about it. Just going to tear it. And do the things. I don't want to lose much of that edge though. Oh, I could have left it straight. I knew that. Well, it doesn't matter because that has the glue on it. But it's going to get covered anyway, so still don't matter. Alright, so I have some decent sizes there. Try not to go too small. And you can even go bigger than this, especially with your first layer. So, let's see. I needed something down here. $0.69. Yeah, I think I paid $25. I always try to wait till your papers go on sale. It's more fun that way. This one here, I think. Hoping the leaves are gonna show up good. Or I may cut them down and just put them on the parts. Haven't decided for sure yet what I'm gonna do. And you kind of want to use the lighter weight paper, not heavy cardstock. And if I knew where my book was, I would show you why. I have a collage. Anyway, my edges didn't glue down good on the one where, on the collage where I used, that's a little close, but that's okay. We'll just do this. I had used some cardstock, like some of the Tim Holtz papers, which are a lot thicker, and you almost have to use the art glitter glue when you do that, because it just, the corners just all want to come back up, basically. That's what it amounts to. Alright, what do we want to put here? Oh, I was going to use some of this, right? Or some of this. And this is just from packaging. Which side do I want? And this is gonna, well, this looks like the, it doesn't matter. It's gonna get covered up too. So this will give me a little bit more, I just ripped this a little more organically. It'll give me a little bit more of an organic feel, I guess. Whoops. It doesn't matter if it's straight. Why are you worrying about that? Why would you worry about that? I know it doesn't matter which side, but there seems to be a side that's a little bit darker, I guess. Oh, wasn't I gonna do a little bit of the, see, and I want to stagger it. I don't want to line it straight up. I was going to see about using, where did it go? Also, I have this bit of tea bag if I wanted to do that on here somewhere. I cleaned it up. It was a used tea bag, dried it up, cleaned it out. Don't know yet if I want to use that. All right, let's see. I think I'm gonna stick this up here. Just says insider information on it, the title of the chapter, but it has some fun color on it. Even though I ripped it off of the other one, this is what I kept doing yesterday. I would tear off the top and then I'd put it somewhere else. Because I'm weird like that. Let's see, that's not the right color. That's not quite what I want. I don't have a lot of the plain book page. I could do some of that. This just has a little bit of the green on it. And then I'm going to put a little bit of music on here too, maybe. If you're wondering, these book pages are from The Hobbit. It was in the free bin at 2nd and Charles. The front cover was gone, and now I use it in my collaging. And I enjoy using it in my collaging. My collage-bagy. Let's see. Maybe another piece of the blue. Where'd the blue go? I know it's going to get covered anyway, so I thought I still had a piece of this blue. Yep, I do. I do. There's no rhyme or reason to what I do. I mean, there's a little bit of a rhyme or reason. I mean, notice I have similar color scheme going on and stuff like that. So now I have my base here. do I want to do? Because I'm thinking that I want to just have kind of, let's see if I can just, you know what I might do? Yeah, this, should I overlap a little? That might be weird. All right. I'm going to come off a little on the edges because I've got this copyright down here I don't necessarily want. And then I'll tear off that side and then I'll tear, so, okay, let's put this needle back in here. So this is what my collage looks like here. I was going to do the ink, but then I had the pages with the ink and I just used those instead. There's a little bit of ink on there. That one's plain. That's okay. I think I like this. Okay. So I have my decoupage. Sometimes I'll use the medium gel matte, which is fine. Anybody can use any of the things. Right this second, it kept getting in my way and now I can't find it. My brush. My brush kept falling in my space and now it's disappeared. Does that happen to anybody else? Seriously, does it? Does it? Does it? Does it? Save those pieces in case I can use. Seriously, it was in my space. There it is. I'm not crazy. My mother had me tested. And I used this for glue the other day, so I'm just going to add. Oh my goodness. Oh, I think that covers on crooked. Ew, ew, there's more. Ew, like I said, this is old. Ugh. There's more, oh, I had to get rid of it the other day. Where is it? Let me find it is gloopy grossness. There's skin in there because it's so old. Let's get rid of the skin, okay? That's what's left after you get rid of the skin. I don't know why there's all that skin in there. Well, I don't do the thing like Gail does, which I should probably do. Although she does it so she can open it better. I don't know. Maybe I should just so I can. Oh, I thought there was a skin in there, but nope. That seems to be good. Let me grab one of these napkins and clean that off before it gets stuck forever. And now I still have glue all over me. Wipe somewhere. All right. I don't know how this is going to look, but I'm going to go for it because these might be too bright and green and orangey, or it might look cool. We'll see. I've been wanting to. Oh, and these are distress inks. All right. Most of this is fine. I can use this. Not my hair. But for where these distress inks are, oh my goodness, why do all my glues want to get stuck on today? I'm going to use glue stick on that bit because it's a drier glue. In fact, probably could just use glue stick all on this and then I'll be able to, I don't know what will happen when the Mod Podge goes on the top. We'll see. Either way, it should stick down, right? Yes, they can go this way. It was like, well, they're kind of going sideways, but that's okay because they're blowing in the wind. They can go sideways. That is acceptable. Okay. Let's see if we can. Do like the way this feels on a cover. Don't know why. Just feels like a cover, I guess. I don't know. Not sure what the cat's doing down there. She's getting some attention, whatever she's doing. Because I think that's who he's talking to. So yeah, I had all those pages and no cover. I had like more pages than I had covers, and I could have put them away till next year, but I don't know. They just were calling to me to be used this year. Where's my sponge? Where's some water? Alright, so I have a damp sponge, and I just want to take out my lines. There'll still be some wrinkles, which is fine. But I wanted to take out any brush lines, is what I was trying to do with that. Alright, now, does this meet up anywhere? No. No. Nope, 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 nope. It does not meet. Oh, wait, does it? Nope, it doesn't. It was teasing me, making me think it might, but. So I'm going to tear this right here. Just getting it torn. And then I'm going to go in the same direction here, I think. And then I'm just going to tear this. Just tearing it just to tear it. Just to give me kind of a, like we're going to say, organic edge. So that when it overlaps, it will be, or I could have it not overlap, but I'm going to have it overlap. Alright, I'm going to use my glue stick again, mainly because of the Distress inks that I used. But I'll go over that with I'll go over the top of the napkin again with the Mod Podge. But if I got this wet with the Mod Podge, it would possibly disappear some because it's wet. I don't know. Seems to be okay under there so far. But you never know what I might do on top of the napkin. Alright, coming over a little bit with this. Alright, if you have to move a napkin, don't try to pull it. You want to lift it all the way up, probably. Even then, you're like taking a chance. But, because you can't really use a card to straighten it either, but a little wrinkle, that's okay. We're going to use those wrinkles to our advantage, right? That's what we do. Use those wrinkles to our advantage. I need to get my edges over here. I don't know if you can see me or not, but my edge didn't stick down. This one kind of did. But we're going to stick it more. Alright, it's kind of bugging me. It's not straight, but there are leaves blowing. It doesn't have to be straight. Get over yourself. Perfectly imperfect. That's our motto, right? Nothing needs to be perfect. In fact, I purposefully do things imperfect so that I can let go of all that perfectionism that stalls me in life. Oh my word. It just, you know. Alright, this isn't very wet anymore, but I'm still gonna, it's a little bit damp still. Just want to get my brush strokes out, so I'm just kind of using my sponge and dabbing. Alright, now I'm hoping I got this wet enough. This one's starting to dry, which is good. Love how that feels for a book cover, especially. Alright, once it dries, I will take a file and go along the edges to get the edges done on that. And then we'll see how it looks. I'm wondering if I should do a second coat. I might start on this side, start doing a second coat. just because, only because it's the cover, and I want it to, maybe that's why people end up with tacky. I don't know. Usually I don't get tacky, but I don't usually go this thick either. Whoops. My fingers might be a little, oh, crumbs. Hold on. I touched it with my gluey finger. That's never good. It's alright, we're gonna fix that. We're gonna put like, I don't know what we're gonna put on there. We're gonna do something. Right now we're just gonna do a little bit of glue. And then when this dries a little bit, oh, yeah, it needs to be dried more. Alright, let me go ahead and, where's my water? Wet this a little bit more, because my fan's blowing, which dries things a little bit faster. And I don't like having all the brush strokes, that's all. I think what he did though was, his sponge might have been a little wetter. He just kind of went over it like that, I think, with the sponge, but this should work too. It's just damp. I just sprayed it a little bit. Let's see, where's my fold here? That's where my fold is. And I was thinking about doing something on that anyway, so that will, whatever I was thinking about doing will take care of that rip as well. Oh, I think we need to get off this edge before it causes me more problems. Because I might have changed my mind about putting that paisley piece, because it just doesn't really work. Another piece might, but not the paisley. But no, that wants to stick right on there. Alright, let me get off these little pieces that are driving me crazy. So yeah, this is the cover so far. Let me pause for a little bit. Okay, now I am distressing the edges a little bit. So you need to make sure this is totally dry, otherwise you're going to have it come up a lot more than you want. Unless that is how much you want it to come up. So I'm using my emery board. If you don't like the sound of this, I'm sorry. People eat stuff off of popsicle sticks all the time in front of me, and they don't ask if it bothers me. It gives me the shivers, honestly. So right now I'm doing the edges to get that off. The front's more dry than the back. And then I'm taking my emery board and flat side down, just kind of on the edges, I'm roughing it up a little bit. So some places the napkin's going to come off a little bit more, which will show more of the background, which is good. Oops, taking off all the paper right there. I don't want to go too far down. Now, I don't want to go further than the collage. Although I am going to do a little bit of gesso, so it's not going to hurt it too much. But if I go just out and not in, it does fine. Does a little bit better if I just go out. And then sometimes I'll come along the edge and just smooth it out. So let's see if we can get this edge off. Now I'm going up and then down, like at an angle like that, which does a better job than just going like this. So coming down at an angle, there you go. This is still a little damp. I should not be working with it right now. I should wait till it's totally dry. But I'm not, because I got issues apparently. Okay, so I'm taking off some of the napkin on the edge. That's what I want to do. I want to distress it a little bit on the edges. And then I'll come back through and make it nice and smooth on the edge as well. decided if I want to do this on the whole thing or not to show more of the collage. It is an option. Just to kind of, I don't know why that post-it note keeps trying to get there. And then it would make that broken leaf make a little bit more sense. And like some of the, I'm going to sand it a little bit. I'm going to attempt to sand it a little bit. It might not take any bits off, and that's alright too. It might take a big giant bit off, like right there, because it wasn't dry. That was on me. Alright, I need to let this sit for a minute. I'm actually okay with that though. Is the front dry enough to do that? Do I really want to test it? Oops. Ah! It tried to slip out of your hand, FYI. I should find a piece of actual... I have no flexibility with this, is the problem. I thought these were in this drawer. Oh, this will work. I have a little more flexibility with this one. Because I want to be able to press down with my finger. Especially between the leaves is more where I would want it to break down a little bit. Whoops, there's pink on there and it wants to come off on here. Oops. Okay, good. Got a little bit off of there. And when I do a little bit of gesso on here, it's going to take it a little bit differently. It's not a technique I've seen. I mean, I've seen people use emery boards on their mixed media, but it's not like I've seen someone be like, okay, let me do this on. Go ahead and just still damp a little bit, get off any, just clean that off quick. Got a little bit of napkin on that. Guess get that off before it glues on there forever. Get off some of these bits. I'm done with my collage brush, so I should go ahead and put that away. I know, I'm a messy crafter. I think somebody posted that in one of the groups I'm in. I feel ya, girl. Messy crafter are we. Alright, I had paint, so I want to use gesso, or do I want to use... I think I want to use actually a little bit of the antique white. Again, that's what I had in here last time. And I want to use a rough brush. Or I could use a card. I was using this for tea dye earlier, which actually might even work out better. So I just want to do this. That's it. I don't know how much. Hold on, I'm trying to do it here too. Kind of gives it that rough, worn look. I might have to cover the inside of this. It's looking pretty bad inside. So far this is what the cover looks like. I will probably distress around the edges and stuff too. I take off some of the, so I put it in, and I take some off, and that's what I just keep doing. I put some paint on the brush, take some paint off the brush. Try not to have too much paint on my brush. Which is why I love this mat, because it cleans off so easily and nicely. Someone's turning on the computer downstairs. I'm just gonna rip that right off since it wants to come off anyway. And the edges being ripped, that's fine because, you know, that's where it gets worn fastest anyway. Alright, I actually poured out more paint than I needed. I wonder if I should let it dry some more before I do this. It's going to be a single signature like the other ones. Just tear that. Make sure all the edges are up that are going to come up. If I do any words, it'll be just a little bit of script, but I don't think I will. Oh, man. Yeah, see, if these things are gonna, I mean, I could try to glue them down, but I don't know that that's gonna be very effective. I think it's better if I just take off any that are coming loose. So that is, and then if whoever buys it, or gets it, or receives it, if they want to put something on the front as the center, as a focal point, they definitely can. And just have our leaves and distressed, and oh, I still got to do the edges. Oh, man, I don't want to waste that paint. What can I paint? Give me something to paint real quick. What can I paint? Nothing? What if I do... on here? Distress it up a little bit. Make it not like anything you can actually already have, you know, makes it more unique. One of a kind. Can't redo this if I tried. What about the pockets? Should we do the pockets too? Some people distress their edges with ink. I use paint, apparently. It's a cool look, though. Where'd that strip go? That I was thinking about using, but I still might use on the inside, but I want them to be cohesive. But I lost it. I think I want to use, do I want to use that? I don't know, I just really like it, so I might. If I don't use it in this, I'll use it in something. Alright, this is a little bit on the shorter side. I made that like 2.5 or 2 3/4. But then I lose all my grungy edge right there. Oh, what can I do? No, I had a new edge. And now this part didn't have an edge, and now it will, a grungy edge. Because I do the paint, and then I'll do some of the distress ink. Because I won't be doing any wet techniques on these, so I can do the distress ink. Oh no, I got a splotch on there. I don't care. I'm glad about splotches. Make me happy. That's why I wasn't worried about when I folded it. I actually wanted it to do that. I think I forgot to do those edges. I just like that look. I've been trying for a while to figure out how to distress things, and I think this is one way to get that distressed edge. And I love it. Also, just do this real quick. Get a little bit more white on there maybe. Yep, there we go. Perfect. See, because they have a little bit of green going across there. Perfect, perfect. Oh, I didn't go across here, huh? Oh, I didn't do it inside. So these will have some bottom pockets in there, or if you want to cut down the middle and have them be flipped down to have more writing space, you could also do that, whoever ends up with it, or if you're making your own. There. Perfect. So let's see, one of these will go on the outside, probably that one, and one will go on the inside, and I might need to cut that down a little bit, which means I'm gonna have to redo my edges. So let me do that while I still have my paint out. Really? I think I'm getting hungry. Why am I always getting hungry when I'm recording? Well, I've been recording for a while today. This is my third video, I think. Sometimes you have days like that where you just want to get things done, and for me that means if I record I get more done. I asked earlier if anybody else is like that. Do you find if you have the camera on, will you get more done? And for me, it was a big old fat yes. I didn't even think about doing the inside here, which when I distress it, you'll see that more. Kelly, what are you doing? Oh, that's the paper towels. I heard her over there, and I'm like, how'd you get over here so fast? Well, she didn't. That was paper towels touching my leg. Usually, if I feel something soft touching my leg, it's her, my cat. If you saw one of my videos where I was attempting to organize, still not organized. It's all so sad. Oh, so sad, so sad. Yeah, your inside pages have to be a little bit on the shorter side. So now I want to decide, now that this is all, if I can get any of this off, this glued on napkin business. The glue, those are little specks of glue, that's what those are. I'm wondering if I could just paint the inside of this. Oh, see, trying to use up my paint, and now I'm like, now I might need more paint, but I might just go ahead and do a pretty paper on the inside. Now that I should have all my glue bits gone. Oh, but which paper? Because it's going to be just wide enough for that. Do we like that? That's kind of busy if I do it like that. Weirdly, I kind of want to just paint it. Even though this other stuff's going to show through, I'm okay with that. I just want to give it kind of a freshness, I guess. I mean, it's not going to look much different. It's going to pretty much be the same size. Kind of get those glue bits off. That's all these dark bits are. They're just glue got stuck to it. And a piece of paper, apparently. So I just want to make it prettier. I mean, I want it grungy, but I want it pretty grungy. Not a weird, ick, why is that so grungy and gross grungy? water. That to the side. I kind of keep my white and my antique white right in front of me because I use those a lot. That's a good word. I didn't get to show these last time. How are we on time? Well, probably won't get to show them this time either, but at least it didn't stop recording. Maybe I'll put a couple numbers on the front. I don't know. Let's go ahead and, there's an F. Or a journal would also work. A. I mean, I guess that's an L. And another L. Hashtag fall. Well, I might do something with that anyway. I had gotten these, I think, at Tuesday morning, and I thought they'd be fun to use. The only problem with them, they are not a color that I love. And I showed what I did with them one time, except my camera turned off. So let's hope it doesn't turn off this time. And I had my emery board out. Where is it? Because that's what I need. Seriously? Oh. See how we do with this. So first I needed to sand off some of the glossy bits, and then I think I actually used either black ink or I think I used ink, but I'm going to do a little paint on these. So just, if you can get a hold of them, you can sand them. I think I had all capital letters last time. Oh yeah, because I did the word kind, I think. There we go. So we have hashtag fall. And, I mean, the yellow's okay for this. Where, alright, let's see. Got our rhubarb. These are permanent inks. So I am going to start with a darker color. And some of the yellow still comes through. I don't know if I need to dry that or not. Now, normally I would try to take out all the yellow, but because this is for a fall journal, it can have some yellow. I'm just trying to wait a second for that to dry a little bit. Alright. And then this one's peanut brittle. And I'm just doing it on the top, which actually is working out well because my edges are staying light, which will give them a little bit of definition maybe. So then I'm thinking about, so if you see something that you might like to use but it's the wrong color, don't forget, sandpaper and inks and paint will do wonders. I'm thinking about putting this just down in the corner down here. Hashtag fall. What do we think? Maybe. We'll see. Alright. Well, that is another cover made. I may or may not show the video of me putting it together. We'll see, because who knows with me. So you'll have a delightful day. Much love. Just wanted to tag this onto the end real quick of what I'm doing. I'm just taking, this is actually coffee archival. That way I don't have to worry about something happening to it if it gets wet. And I'm just taking my brush and all those places where I had that antique paint are now not going to be quite so bright. They're going to darken up a little bit. And in the corners, I'm going to get a little bit darker in the corners and on the edges. So just distressing it a little bit more. That's all. And I'm using the archival ink. I don't know if that will help or not because it's the shiny, let's see. And it does come off a little, but I think the Distress ink would come off even more. If I had done the archival ink before I put the leaves on, well, then it wouldn't cover the paint. Sorry, I'm going a little dark right now because I'm just curious. If it does come off, I want most of it to stay. See, so now you can see the difference between inked and not inked. Just kind of has a richer tone to it, I guess you could say. So yeah, just thought I'd pop the camera on and show you that real quick. I don't know what else I'm gonna do to it, if anything. So yeah, just sometimes I end up doing this and I don't remember to record it. So I thought I would go ahead and pop the camera on and just finish this cover up. Not sure what I want to do with these spots that ripped. I mean, I'm good with the aged. You know, they look aged and whatnot, and they don't seem to be peeling at all anymore. There. And yes, I'm gonna do it on the inside too. Actually, might do a little stenciling on the inside. Maybe. I don't know. I do have some leaf stencils. But, I mean, who doesn't like a little coffee color, right? Oh, there's a little red under the coffee. That's alright.
The king.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was recording, then I told him I wasn't recording. So he probably doesn't know I'm recording again. So, let's see. So I think, I'm not sure what else I'm going to do inside this cover. I mean, it looks almost, I don't know, it looks really nice and grungy in there now, I guess. I guess we could say nice and grungy. Don't know that my papers that I have for this are quite this grungy. But we'll see. Some pockets will brighten it up a little bit if I... Oh, and then I was going to also do a little bit of that on the... where I did the paint on these. That's what I'm trying to say. Just kind of come along lightly on the edges where that where I had the, it's the antique linen paint, right? Oh, I never did anything on the edges there, but that's all right. So yep, I'm just going to do this on the 2 pages that I did that paint on the edges. And that'll be it for tonight. And tomorrow, or the next day, or someday, I will put the book together. That one and the blue one still need to be put together, so we'll see if I get that done in the next couple days, hopefully, so I can get them, and then I'll do a flip through, do either all of them in one flip through, or do 2 each in a flip through. And and then have them up in my shop. So that's it. I hope you all have a delightful night again, delightful day, delightful night, depending when you watch this. I'm recording at night again. Seems to be, well, that's good. If I'm recording at night, it means I have the energy to be doing stuff at night. That's not always a thing. Sometimes I'm just too tired to even think at night. I've used all my brain power for the day, but tonight and last night too, I was still working and doing stuff, so that's a good thing. Alright, as soon as I finish this, I'll turn off the camera, but I'm essentially gone. Did I do the inside of this or not? No, I didn't. Do I want to do the inside of this? Let's see. Oh, this one I did a little bit because I've got the paint coming in there. I forgot about that. Did I do that on the other one or just this one? So you can kind of see the lines where the paint comes down when you add ink. Oh, didn't want that to happen. Oh, the page, that's why. Well, I guess it'll just look more grungy now. How grungy do we want it? That's the question. I don't know if I wanted it quite that grungy. And I'm questioning, did I do that on this one? Yep, I did. I just want to do the edges on this one though. I don't want to get that grungy again. There we go. All right. Then, where'd my glue go? Well, I have scissors this time, but earlier when I was, oh, in another video, I used this flat part of my glue stick as a bone folder. These will go in here, and I may put some pockets in here. I don't even, this is the front, yeah, the back is, wait, yeah, wait, that's the back. The back had more holes, that's what I'm trying to say. So where this big hole and that small, that where those are, that was the, that's what I wanted to be the back. Okay, so yeah. All right, I think this will be fun. I'm contemplating putting round corners on there. I don't really like the, I'm not loving, which means I will possibly do all the pages like that if I'm going to do the cover. Yeah, I like that better with the rounded edges. Just, I don't know why, but I do. So let's see if I like these with rounded edges as well. As long as they're round the correct edges. Yeah, that looks nice. All right, like that. I'm going to round. That's going to be a chore. I'm going to round all the edges. And I may put pockets on the inside of the cover. But it's a flexible, fairly flexible. We've got the file folder there and just paper and napkin there. So there we go. Hopefully someone will like it. Mixed media cover. Ta-ta!